back in Week 4. The Ravens dominated their first matchup against the Steelers. Can Pittsburgh get revenge? Find out next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. Tonight we finish off Week 6 with a good Monday nighter between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. They'll run for the first time with Najee Harris. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. These two teams met up earlier in the year, back in Week 4. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Here's Mariota. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Got an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On third down, Mariota. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense. A first carry here for Kananga Wangu. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 21 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now, number 3 in the league in rushing, within shouting distance of the lead. But at the same time, with the passing...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
And he covered a lot of ground. On that one, as evidenced by the final total there on Next Gen Stats. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
They'll run. Here's Harris. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 18 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And well-liked by his teammates. In fact, I got on good authority, even though I'm not an investigative reporter, that in their team meeting this week, the offensive line stood up and said, Coach, we've got to have better yardage for this guy. He's number 9 in the league. He's got to be in the top 3 before the season's over. Let's run the ball.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Now here's a throw that's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Defensively, they just lost him. He was waving his arms saying, I'm wide open. They found him.
Yeah, and it's so interesting about when a receiver starts to wave his arms because some guys, right off the line of scrimmage, they declare themselves open. You know, those guys throw the one arm up, hit me right now. In this case, he was so wide open that he was frantically trying to get his attention to make sure he got the football. And then I'm sure his only thought when the ball was in the air, don't drop it. Had too much time to think.
On second down now, it's Harris, and only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that one not going to have enough height on it. Down around his feet, it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
These two teams met in Baltimore. You might remember earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So if they can win here in Pittsburgh, they'd be able to claim the season sweep. Play action. It's Jackson. And he's got his big tight end here. And he's brought down. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Handoff here to Nwangu. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now a give running right. Nwangu. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. On the give is Nwangu. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do?
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Kene Nwangu with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Mariota. He finds his man, complete. It's Cummings. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the red zone now, Mariota. And he's got it. And in for the Steelers' touchdown. Deontay Johnson, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's in his own second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Oh, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of the formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well when you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. On second down, here's Nwangu. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. Here's Jackson escaping the pressure right. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kene Nwangu, as the first half is winding down. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been. He had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game. Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up for the first and goal.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Nwangu. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Kene Nwangu taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Mariota. He finds his man, complete. It's Cummings. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He gets it complete to Harris. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They hand this off to Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
And the Ravens are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Kene Nwangu taking it in from 2 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Another try after the first down sack. Mariota. Throw right side. Taken in by Gallup. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Mariota now. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back now in Pittsburgh, and that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Jackson now off the bootleg. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
And he'll get this awfully close to a 1st down. Boy, that's going to be a razor-thin measurement, but I don't think he got there. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. Now Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Fournette. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right, going for it all. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. They go play action with Jackson. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Mariota's throw complete there to Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Mariota, throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mariota. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Mariota again. Being chased out left. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Desperation time. Mariota on 4th down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Another run now for Nwangu. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Strip the front.
They'll go right back to Nwangu. Able to slither by and able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 129 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. On 1st down, they'll run with Nwangu. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points.
Back in October, the Bengals lost their first game against the Ravens. Can Baltimore do it again? Find out next.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They will throw on first down with Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Here's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
Burrow's throw taken in by Bourne. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers to, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him, all right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Now, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Now Burrow loses the football. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the...
Touchdown, Bengals! Jamar Chase, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now the Iowa State product, it's Kene Nwangu. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Trey Hendrickson, the one who gets him on the ground. Throwing is Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
We'll check on his status when we get back. He's going deep for Brown. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. First down and more for Jackson. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Now those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. And he'll find Ruggs on the right side. 7 yards the pickup there.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has...
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Kene Nwangu with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And maybe starting the campaign for another Offensive Player of the Week award in the AFC.
Yeah, strike up the band, right? They're going to lead him along, and the band being that offensive line, he's locked into the rhythm of what they're doing up front, and he's definitely off to that great start, a 2nd straight week.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Each team's had it. And each team has scored 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. After the interception, here's Jackson. This is caught. Touchdown! Mark Andrews with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Yeah, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Now Burrow on first down. Open man is Chase, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. And Burrow going to throw again. This one to Bourne, and he's got it. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards.
First down, Cincinnati. Here we go.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. And he's wrapped up. Taken down, back at the 25. Patrick Queen in there to bury him for a loss of 11. And they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this is going to be incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Carlson able to put this one through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talked about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And this is caught. It's Brown. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Just a full play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense.
He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop it right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. As a kicker, the Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now it's Nwangu.
And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Play action. It's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Well, we've seen Jackson already have success in the first half running the football, and he gets good yardage on the ground again there. I mean, I know it's a $64,000 question, CD, but how do they contain him better?
You have to win against the blockers ahead of you. If those guys even occupy a defender for even a half a second, then Lamar Jackson is gone. You've got to take those.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Cameron Sample in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, it took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
That is caught inside the 5. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. Jackson will keep it, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from a yard out, and the Ravens will extend their lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive.
First down. Here's Burrow.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Good hands there defensively, and it's 2nd down.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Burrow looking to pass. Throwing left side, he's got Gronk, complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. He's got a man. Complete. And finally, he goes out of bounds right at the 35-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Dancing to his left.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown.
Mark Andrews in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens would extend their lead here just before halftime. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the rout is on here in this first half.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And they'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
So 1 first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on 3rd down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. First play's a run with Nwangu. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Now a give running left is Nwangu.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. So it looks like somebody may have forgotten the snap count, and a 5-yard penalty ensues. Well, this O-line's been great. They've got the big lead, so give them a pass there, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so, because if we were grading them on their performance in this game, a lot of pluses in their boxes so far.
He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 42. It's a big play there for Baltimore. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens continue to pour it on. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Burrow will throw.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Ravens are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 40.
They'll start on the ground here with Nwangu.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson.
Got it open man. It's Ruggs.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another 1st down.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
On the give is Nwangu.
And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Back now in Baltimore. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Kene Nwangu.
His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Ready to go on offense. Out come the Bengals. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And his throw is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Burrow.
That's to the tight end, Colby Parkinson.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 4th down. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. Fournette a first down carry, but he'll get only a couple before defenders are there to meet him.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a high kick trying to pin him back. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10
at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins.
And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
11, mighty.
Here's Burrow. To Mixon on the check down. And he goes out right around the 39.
All defense is worried that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, he's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, Tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. To the air again, Burrow.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 33. Now it's Burrow. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
14's the mic. 14's the mic. Let's go, D. Mike, 14.
Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out.
Now a hit and a loose football, and the Bengals grab it. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field.
And it's all but certain that this win streak is going to extend another week. Just another tremendous performance in this one.
And this is caught. It's Brown. 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Tucker now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow, and not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Ravens and the Giants, and it's coming up next.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Throwing on first down. Baker. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So if they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Looking to throw. Baker.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And that should serve as a big warning to this defense. They know now that they have to stick close to these receivers because they have the ability to break games wide open after the catch. And that one wound up in the end zone.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Brandon, I don't know about you, but when I heard he threw 5 touchdown passes last week, I thought, well, he's going to be the AFC Offensive Player of the Week. I need to hear any other stats, and it turned out to be right.
That's exactly right. It seemed like every time we turned around, he was throwing one in the end zone. But he doubled down. He said, I see 5 more in this game. Challenge accepted.
Challenge.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well, and they took the shot downfield. They were more than prepared for that one.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Barkley.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 24 carries, 114 yards, and a score.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play comp.
And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Giants have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was polished off by a Giants touchdown.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. 1 play and an interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
Jackson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now a give running right, Nwangu.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So, Charles, offensively, this group really playing at a high level, 7-0. And we're still a long ways from discussing a potential unbeaten season, I think. But to use a golf expression, no blemishes on the card, at least to this point.
Yeah, unlike my teenage years where there were blemishes everywhere and the dermatologist was on speed dial. But I do think that they're going to have to start answering questions about this start if they keep winning games. You and I both know, we in the media, will start to obsess about it and wonder, can they take it all the way to an undefeated season?
They'll roll him out.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Stephon Gilmore.
And the Giants are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
To throw is Baker on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Montez Sweat able to record his 5th sack of the season. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And some room to work. And he is finally brought down at the Ravens' 31-yard line. 40 yards rushing for him now at his first 2 carries of the ballgame. Boy, Saquon Barkley, nothing short of electrifying with a football in his hands, and he showed off one of his biggest attributes on that one, and that is his speed. And he winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire...
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Baker now, throwing on 3rd and long. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know? Maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
And this one incomplete, threw down at the feet of his receiver.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. To Barkley on the check down. That catch good for only a couple.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Now Baker. Off play action. Open man right side is Ingram. Oh, and Nelson's spaced that way. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
On 4th down, Joe Judge makes the decision. They're going for it.
Baker throwing on 4th down.
Open man, he's got him. It's Tony for a Giant touchdown. Kadarius Toney
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants.
This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
On 2nd down, here's DeWanger.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They go play action now. Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give the receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
1st down and more for Jackson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 2nd and inches, Jackson eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On second and goal, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Third and goal, Jackson. He'll buy some time. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And how about the start so far, Charles? 3 first-half touchdown passes. And that's how you generate excitement on a team. Keep your offense moving at a really high level. And it's also how you establish leadership by playing that well. 3 touchdown passes, that's the way to lead. Now he's just hoping for number 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Baker finds his tight end Ingram. I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch. Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. A first down carry for Barkley. Stops shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 54 yards rushing for him now to this point. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying. It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Here we go. Here we go.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact. Yeah, and his first carry of the game right there, he had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Baker. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. A good passing down here, and they send 3 receivers to the right of the formation on 2nd down. Back to throw. Baker to the right and complete to Galladay. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy. Ball at the 6 here as they work with a 2nd and 2. Back to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free. Once more, he was trying to get it to Kenny Galladay. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's 3rd and short. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5.
So we've reached halftime here at MetLife Stadium with the Giants out in front. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback.
Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Second and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action. It's Jackson. Got him in. It's Brown. And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Play action. Now Jackson sliding out of the pocket.
And that'll be caught. Touchdown Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Marquise Brown, his 10th touchdown of the season, second of the game. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
So now the Giants set to take over on offense. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Looking to throw. Baker. Steps away, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, and talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Now Brown.
All told, a 54-yard punt, 13 on the return.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense.
And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Handoff here to Nwangu.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Jackson now. Escaping the pressure right. First down and more for Jackson. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Nwangu. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Calling a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now it's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Rolling to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And that is going to skip out of bounds. So a break there for sure. They'll hold on to the possession at the 5-yard line. Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. They'll roll him out right to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. So that's the second time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Baker from the gun on 3rd down. He dumps it off to Barkley. Breaks through the contact, and he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
To throw is Baker, throwing on 1st down, and he'll be stopped right at midfield.
This was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
go play action here on first down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this third quarter of play. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, here's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Baker. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Barkley again. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guy.
And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Odafe Owe in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And his kick is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And the Ravens taking the field.
And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle, they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. He'll buy some time right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Tucker with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Barkley. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Giants on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Flushed out right. He'll have a first down past the 40. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Barkley. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They'll go to Barkley again, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants now down on the scoreboard. Just over 1:40 to play. They've won 3 in a row, but they've got work to do if they want to get a 4th in a row as they come up on 1st down. Throwing after the interception. Baker. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Clock rolling as the Giants will hurry to the line. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. He'll look to throw. It's caught. Smith.
7 yards to pick up there.
Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
This one goes out wide for Barkley.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. They'll look to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. The way he's thrown the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. He's back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down 4 late, got to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that'll be just about all she wrote for this one. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Now Jackson. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Nwangu. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory.